All right, warriors, patriots, and preppers, if you've been prepping for any significant amount of time, this coronavirus is something that you've obviously been preparing for, right? This is what you thought might happen. I'm coming to you right now from our prepping closet. This is at our bug out location. It's just a little closet where we actually have a lot of stuff stored up. In terms of food and water preps, we're not too worried about it. We're pretty secure for a while. If you've been following me on my Instagram, I've been trying my best to put out news stories in the Instagram stories, so you guys can kind of keep up to date with the information that I feel is very important, or that at the very least is being suppressed. Okay. So if you're not following me on Instagram, it's at American Prepper Group. I encourage you to follow me there. If you started out just following me on YouTube, I appreciate it. Any comments, likes, and subscribers. Most of my followers on YouTube have been from my Instagram. I promised that once I got to 100 followers, I would continue to pump out more content on YouTube. We're at 200 subscribers as of today. Obviously, the coronavirus across all platforms has upped our social media and people's interest in prepping. You can follow us on Facebook too at American Prepper Group, so I appreciate it if you guys encourage there. I look at it this way: every person that I'm able to talk to about prepping and introduce to the subject or help them move along in their preparedness is one less person I have to worry about coming from my family and for my stuff. So with that being said, I wanted to do a video about 10 items that you should stockpile now, whether you've been prepping for a long time or you haven't, that you might not thought of. And this list might be more than 10 as I continue to talk. I think that's just going to be the headline that I put on there. I did an Instagram post about 18 items that you should stockpile now, and I got some questions on that. So I wanted to, and I said I'd do a follow-up video, and this is that follow-up video. I took notes, so bear with me if I'm looking down and checking it out. I'm also going to just do visuals too and show what I think that you should stock up on. One of the things I think there's going to be a big run on is going to be your Lysol and disinfectant wipes. This is going to be very key if one of the people or a couple of the people in your home will not be bugging in or quarantining. They're going to be out in the field working. You're going to want to make sure you have this at home so you're able to disinfect. So I think there's going to be a big run on Lysol wipes, and I encourage you to go get any sort of disinfectant wipes you can, whether it's Lysol, Clorox, whatever it is. That's one of the items that we have on there. In terms of that too, one of the items that we're going to be talking about is bleach. On my Instagram, I posted some of the bleaches that you want to look for, because not all bleaches are created equal. You're going to want to just get the regular bleach, because you're going to be able to use it for not only disinfecting and cleaning, you're also going to be able to use it to purify water. We don't know how long this is going to be, and you don't know, and I don't know, and you may not know exactly how much water stores you have. So if you end up in a situation where you're going to be cultivating water from rainwater, you're going to want to disinfect that and clean that, especially if it's coming off your roof or coming off of trees or something like that. Also to that effect, another thing that you're going to want to stockpile: trash bags. Human waste is no joke. You're going to be, especially if you're quarantined, you're going to have to be dealing with that. I can't imagine some of these people in the Wuhan province that are trapped in these apartments. They were literally welded into these apartments, and now they have to figure out how to deal with their waste and all that, and who knows if they're even prepared. I highly doubt, living in a communist regime, that they were prepared to dispose of their own waste. That being said, not only trash bags, but they have, I'm not sure exactly what it's called because I don't own an RV, but I know they have like some powder or stuff that'll help dissolve the human waste. You can find it in the RV section of the Walmart, or if you go to an RV specific store, you're going to be able to find that to help decompose and get rid of the human waste a little bit quicker. That's going to be very key, especially if you have a lot of people who are going to be in a quarantine situation, and depending on how long it goes, your public services and public utilities might not work the whole time. Also, kind of that same kind of mindset, you're going to want to make sure that you have enough soap, not only just for hand soap and everything, but for laundry. Power services are on and this and that. You're going to be going through clothes. You're going to be wanting to clean off. You're going to still probably do a lot of your normal routines, regardless of the fact that you're still bugging in. One of the considerations too, I think there's going to be a run on, is diaper rash cream. Now this is going to be a twofold item, okay? One, if you have little kids, you're going to definitely want to stock up in it, and you're definitely going to want to stock up on diapers too. But if you're going to your MREs and you're going to your canned goods and your Mountain House and stuff like that your body's not used to, it might be a little rougher on you than you think. And some baby rash cream might come in handy, along with making sure that you have enough toilet paper. That's one of the items that we have down too, is toilet paper. You're going to want to make sure that you prep up on toilet paper. Depending on how the lockdown goes and what type of services are available, you may have to find alternative ways to cook and prepare your food. So I'm definitely recommending to stock up on lighter fluid and charcoal. Very easy way is just to go outside and barbecue what food you may have on. You can heat up some water, cook your MREs, cook your rice, cook your beans, all stuff you could do right from a grill. You don't need to do it inside. You don't need to worry about if the propane at your house runs out, maybe gas and electrical services are cut off. You're definitely going to want to stock up on some lighter fluid and charcoal. The other one that I have down here is water and cooking oil. Obviously, water is going to be a huge factor for cooking a lot of the goods that you have that are storable foods. And also is just, you know what, we used to joke about it all the time when we were doing wrestling. It's a key to life. Water is a key to life. You obviously need water. I'm blessed to be able to have a 20,000 gallon pool and I'm in an area where it rains a decent amount. I also have a ton of water just stored up and stocked away. So I feel like I got a pretty good way to cultivate water, one, and to collect it. And also two, just the water that I have on hand, I feel pretty comfortable with. I feel like it's going to get me through. So Water is going to be a huge one, and cooking oil, because if you're cooking these foods, you're going to want to make sure that you're able to cook them properly, have a little bit of flavor. It's going to help not bring down the morale overall in your prepping situation. What else do I have here? I have NyQuil. Now, NyQuil is kind of a twofold thing too. One, if people are getting sick, you're going to want some NyQuil. You're going to want some over-the-counter medications. So that's kind of like in general, I say NyQuil, but really any over-the-counter medications that you could get now are going to benefit you a lot in the long run. With NyQuil though, even if you're not sick, you're going to be in a stressful situation. You're going to be having, I imagine, a pretty hard go of it. And sleep is going to be very important. One, to keep your immune system up. Two, just to be able to keep you in a high alert state of mind. So, you know, if you need a little nightcap and you want to use some NyQuil, that might be better than hitting the bottle, right? What else do I have down here? Trash bags, lighter fluid, charcoal, NyQuil, laundry soap, bleach, water, cooking oil, trash bags, and then whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. Maybe I should have looked it up before I did this video. But there's something to help dispose of the waste. Obviously, all your food, all that stuff like that is a great idea, but I think tin foil is going to be another thing that's going to help you cook items. Small game, wrap it up, cook it up. Going to be a great thing to do. And other than that, you know, I don't think this is a situation where we necessarily need to panic and worry about what's going on with this coronavirus, but it's definitely a situation that makes us take account for why we've prepped, what we're prepping for, and what the possibility is. I find it personally quite disturbing on a lot of these prepping pages and a lot of these prepping communities that people are poo-pooing the idea of the coronavirus. Like, what was the reason you were prepping for? Like, this is kind of one of those things that is slowly building. And obviously, you know, I don't think we're getting all the information from the government. I don't think that CDC and the World Health Organization is telling the whole truth. And there's exponential growth that you're not seeing. If you go and you research these videos for what's happening in China, what's happening in Iran, and what's happening in Italy, this is not normal. You can't think of whether it was SARS, whether it was Ebola. There's never been this type of global response to any sort of virus, any sort of disease ever. This is unprecedented levels and unprecedented actions that have been taken. Why would that be going down unless they were really, really worried about it, or unless they're really, really trying to steal the election from Trump and try to collapse the economy? Which, if the economy collapses, you're going to have a whole lot of issues that might be very close to a pandemic anyways, because you're going to have people going broke, people losing jobs, people in desperate situations to have food, to have money. So it could end up bad either way. But I wanted to come out and do kind of some essential items that I think you should prep for. One that's not on the list that I'm thinking of as I'm kind of sitting here, salt. Salt's going to help you preserve meat. It's going to help you preserve, it's going to help you make food taste better, even if it's maybe a little bit spoiled. It's something you're going to be able to add to the food to kind of make it a little bit more bland or to get over that hurdle in terms of the taste. Spices and seasoning are going to be crucial too, especially since most people, if you got some essentials packed away and you're not eating that type of stuff every day, flavoring it up is going to be something that's very, very crucial to you and to your family to get you through that level of discomfort when it comes to actually eating the food. So, Patriots, Warriors, and Preppers, I encourage you guys to take this seriously, stay informed, and if you have any questions, feel free to direct message me on the Instagram at American Prepper Group, or hit me up on here and I'll do my best to answer your questions. Until then, stay safe and stay survived.